This week I went to Locus again playing Red Dragon Archfiend. I really wanted to try a more combo focused deck because normally I play more control decks and I want to challenge myself a bit and get better at like the more standard combo orientated decks. For the cards I played 3 Soul, 3 Gaia, 3 Resonator Call, 3 Earthbound Prisoner, and 3 Bone Archfiend. So, Crimson Gaia here is a 1-card combo. Those all are 1.5 card combos. This one is also a 1.5 card combo, but it ends on a slightly worse board. I like that the deck is that consistent, especially because these 9, so the Earthbound, the Cord, and the Gaia can also be used as extenders. The Bone Archfiend theoretically too, but you most likely will need to use him very early because the thing this deck struggles the most with, I think, is not having that much non-tuners. Yeah, I really like this. The 1-card combo of Soul Resonator is cool, especially because you have 2 possibilities, one in the Supernova Dragon and one into the Spader and Hot Dragon Archfiend Abyss. I think there are enough combo videos for this deck online, especially the playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Properly series. So I won't go into too deep into the combos, but those are all the starters I'm playing. Then for the Resonators, 2 Crimson, 2 Vision, and a Synchron. These 3 are also very nice to draw because they just act as extenders if you get hand trapped. Because this deck kind of struggles with hand traps, but in the most sense, because of all the engine and extenders we are playing, you can usually play through one hand trap, even through Nibiru very, very often. So that's very nice. 2 Crimsons just so you have more access to it. You're not fucked if the first one gets banished. Yeah. Also, it's nice to hard draw him because you can just use this effect to special summon him and get just an additional body and with better combo lines. I also like all of these cards so far, and I think most of the others, with one exception, you don't really have that many bricks in here. Everything you play you can use as an extender or starter, so the combos get complicated and I'm not good with that yet, but it's very nice to have such not play that many bricks. Then 1 Wandering King, 1 Salamander Catalyzer, and 1 Uberloop. And this can be used to play around Nibiru. This combo is also shown in the Playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Properly series. So I won't explain it here because I don't want to make the video too long. Uberloop is also really, really nice, especially on the follow-up turns. You can get back Uberloop and your Bone Archfiend turn after turn and get just additional level 8 synchros. This one can also be nice, first of all as an extender if you already have like Bone Archfiend or if your Bone Archfiend is got negated. And it can help a bit playing around Nibiru, because you can't use Bone Archfiend if Nibiru is, if not playing around Nibiru, playing around Shifter, because you can't special summon Bone Archfiend under Shifter because you have to send something to the graveyard. Then 3 Supay Duskwalker and the 1 brick, the Supay. It's also not the end of the world if you draw this, it just doesn't do anything in hand. This is really nice. I prefer it over Crossout Designator. I tried them both online, but first of all, this is much cheaper. Crossouts cost like 10 euros per piece, and this is like not even a euro per piece, I think. This is basically free. This as a pay. Yeah, and this lets you play through most hand traps. I most often save this till the end of my combo or until I have something to negate the Nibiru like a Sparta. Just to be safe. And if I get hand trap, another advantage of this in contrast to crossout designator is if you get hand trap, you can use this to play keep playing. If you don't get hand trap, this is not useless like crossout designator. To be fair, crossout designator is not completely useless. You can also do stuff on their turns, but not that much. So I really like this that you can use also use this just to get a better board. This card is absolutely great. I think it's one of the best, one card that helps the deck the most. Then the two traps, which I can search off of Crimson Gaia and Vision Resonator, the Red Zone and the Fiendish Golem. Most often I go for Red Zone, but there's a one card combo where you end in Despater and Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss, where Red Zone doesn't do anything and there a Fiendish Golem can be nice. Also, if you need non-destruction removal against the deck, Fiendish Golem can be really useful. Then, just for additional consistency, free Pot of Prosperity. Most often I even just go for free searches because if I have full combo, I don't really need more, or going second, this can also be really nice because it's the last cards you will see are cards to break boards. It's not really board breakers because the one of the cards I wanted to play is not here yet, but the mindset I had while building this deck is I want to go first generally, but because this the engine itself has a really good time breaking boards if you can get around the enemy negations, because your synchro monsters just have so many ways to destroy your whole opponent's board and you can OTK them very easily. I went with a board breaker approach. For that, through two talents, I would play 3 if I had a third one. I already ordered it, but it hasn't come yet. Yeah. Also, with the third one, it will be a 41 card deck because I'm not sure at the moment what to cut, but at the moment it's a 40 card deck. Then 3 Imperm. This is very nice because you can use it going second. You can either use it to hand trap your opponent in a critical step, probably stopping their turn completely or denying them a lot of value. For example, imperming a Snake Eyes Ash. Or you can save it till your turn and in your, for example, draw phase, immediately imperm a Apollosa or something, or just get rid of one monster or one negation so you force interactions with this card. That's why I played it, because it has a lot of utility. And the last cards, 3 Forbidden Chalices, again to negate the effects, because later destroying the monsters is absolutely no problem. This should be 3 Forbidden Drop Dead, which I don't currently own yet, but I think they would be much better. I also tried them out online and I think the Forbidden Drop Dead are really good in this deck because you have so many cards that are also very good in the graveyard. Discarding the Bone Archfiend isn't bad, discarding the Vision Resonator isn't bad, discarding the Uber Loop isn't bad. They all function just as normal. Discarding the Crimson is sometimes actually advantageous. So you can summon it back with the, how's it called, the Red Rising Dragon. So if you have it, I would advise playing the Forbidden Drop Dead, which I will also get. But as a substitute I use these, and these were very nice, they did their job. These are also sometimes better than the Imperms if you have to go second, because you can wait till your opponent activates a negation and then, or activates one of the effects and then negate it, even if you have monsters on field. So yeah, that's why I really liked those. Then for the extra deck, 3 Red Rising Dragon wouldn't cut a single one. I most often don't even banish one when using the Pot of Prosperity because you go through so many of these. The only thing I'm not quite sure about is if I want to play a second Synchron Resonator maybe to use the second effect of this card, but it also wasn't necessary till now, so not sure. Maybe I will also look into the other level 1 Resonators for this. Then the other monsters, Bon Quibate, just nice to helps breaking board, or if you have like awkward board states where you only can make a level 7 synchro, this can be really nice just to synchro off a monster. This could for example happen if you have your Sopay and a level 2 on board, or if you get Zone Sweeper with a special summon effect because it can special summon itself if your opponent controls a field spell. Quibate can come up, and also you can go into it if you need it, can control it to get into it if you need it, if you revive a Synchron Resonator with Red Rising. So I think there's a lot of usage for this. But also just as nice that it pops a card. This can also pop back row, which this deck does not do good in the main deck. So yeah, also Synchro, Dark Dragon, so because many of the effects lock you either in Dark Synchros, Dragon Synchros, or Dark Dragon Synchros, this is really nice because it's always available. Scarred Red, also really nice. This will be bumped up to 2 because there's a card in here that's about to get banned in the new ban list. And I will just play 2 of them because there are just games where you want a second one in the extra deck. 2 Red Dragon Archfiend, because oftentimes you can, even if you just have 1, you can summon it back and use the effect again either on your opponent's turn or on your next turn. And to be honest, the board wipe effect of this card is just crazy if you go second. It so often clears the whole board, and then if you have Crimson Gaia up, you can immediately summon it back. Then you will have the Synchromancer you summoned with it, the Red Archfiend you summoned with this effect, and him from the Crimson Gaia, which is game if your opponent doesn't have anything else. Scarlet Red, which is really nice because I got this met ages ago and now I play a deck where I can play this monster, but it's really good in this deck. It is a generic level 8 synchro, and it just gets rid of all your opponent's special summoned monsters, and it can burn in time, which I forgot today one time, which could have won me a game, I think. Maybe. Von Void Aura, just nice piece for the end board if you have a chance to get your head empty. 2 Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss. I'm not so sure about playing 2 of those, but I'm also not currently sure what else I would play. I could play a Dark End Dragon, but they are a bit too expensive for my taste at the moment. But I think this card does a good job, and there were many games where I used the second one, so it's not bad to have. 1 Bane, this is most useful for some longer combos or just to kill your opponent. Also the effects of those 2 when they inflict battle damage are just really nice to then go into further monsters. That is Pater, which to be honest, for all he does could be a Hot Red Dragon, could be a Red Dragon Archfiend, because it is the perfect card for this archetype, and I think the only really expensive card in this deck. Von Baron, you can make this really easily after your first turn by using, for example, a Red Rising Dragon you get back with the Dispater and your Euroloop, or many other situations in the following turns where you're not locked, and this can be very powerful, but it will get banned in a couple of days, so I will just play another Scarred Dragon Archfiend. And then last one, the Red Supernova Dragon, which is just really nice for some combo lines where you can put this into your end board. But there's a 1-card combo where you can end on this, but I do not like it at the moment that much, because this only triggers when your opponent activates a monster effect, or attacks to be fair, but it is very dependent on your opponent doing stuff, so I often just prefer the combo lines with the Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss. For the side deck, I mostly played more board breakers depending on my enemy's deck. I sided in what I think would help me. 3 Dark Ruler, 3 Eclipse, which I think are in this deck especially nice because with the effect of the just plain old classic Red Dragon Archfiend, you can destroy on attack all your opponent's defense position monsters, so theoretically you book them all and then destroy them all in the battle phase. Evenly matched. To be honest, those two are not perfect for the deck because you sacrifice killing your opponent on the turn, but most often you get so much value out of those that you then can do your full combo, clear their board, and will control the game from that point. Then 2 Cosmic and 1 Archfiend. The Archfiend is here because it's searchable, otherwise it would be 3 Cosmics just against deck where I need backroom removal in the main deck. And then I decided to play 3 Floodgates to summon them with 1 anti-spell, which I won't do in the future either because this gets banned, this gets limited, and to be honest I didn't even use this that much. I'm not too sad about those bans and limits because I also don't enjoy playing against those, but I will have to consider what I want to put in here because I want something to side in going first, which helps me. I want a card which helps me get back into the get back into the game when I get stopped, and also can help me keep my opponent down if he can't stop me. So I will look for other possibilities what to side in, but I'm not quite sure what I want to do here. Yeah, so that was the deck. The matchups. I first played against Voicer's Voice and he won the first game, but it was very very close, a very long game, and I did many misplays because I'm not that good with this deck at the moment, or yet. So I think if I could have played better there, I maybe could have won the game. The last round where was just a draw because we didn't get that far, and that's the point where I think I should just have tried to go second because I went first, but it was really close to time, like just couple of minutes. I think I just should have let him go first and then try to go for a Scarlight to burn him. Then next one was Dragon Link. I won the first game very easily because even though he went first, he just could set up a Heretic Seal, and I could play through that because I think I chalice or impermed it, and had a good time controlling the game from there. The next game he set up a very good board. I didn't remember what exactly, and I had a hard time playing through it. I didn't really get off the ground there. The last game actually was a bit of a back and forth, but in the end he won. Then the next game was against Snake Eyes. My opponent was already very tilted because he had lost 2 games so far and wasn't doing very well. I won that 2-0 because the first game I impermed his he went first, I impermed his Ash and he couldn't do that much. And the second game he also couldn't set up a very strong board. Don't know if I already also drew an imperm, but I had really good easy times OTKing him. For the last game I played against Raid Raptor. The first game he I'm not sure who went first, but he could kill me very easily. The second game I started, I set up my board and could just stop him from playing. And then the third game he went first again, but I could, I think, imperm his Raiders Knight. Yeah, I could imperm his Raiders Knight and stop him from going to any towers, and then I could just really, really easily clear the board and kill him the next turn. I'm very happy with this deck, especially starting playing combo decks. This is very nice because it's not completely linear, but it has some nice combos and I really enjoyed playing it. Yeah, I hope this was helpful. Bye!